Hello students, welcome back to our next class. So in the previous class, we have discussed the conditional probability and also the multiplication theorem on probability. So under the multiplication theorem of probability, we have discussed the only for two events, that is A and B. So suppose if you have two events A and B, so according to multiplication theorem, how you will get? It is the P of A intersection B is equals to P of A into P of B given A, or P of B into P of A given B. So similarly, now if there are n events, that is the extension of the multiplication theorem for two events, that is for the n events. So here for n events A1, A2, so on An, we have, so what will be getting for n events? P of A1 intersection A2 intersection so on intersection An. So intersection of all the n events probability is equals to P of A1. The first event probability. So P of A1 into the second event probability will get next, that is P of A2 given here A1 has already happened. So before A2, how many events we have? Only one. So P of A2 given A1 into next is A3 is the third event. So P of A3 given. So before happening of the A3 event, A1 and A2 has already happened. So we will consider into The theorem is true for how many events? N equals to R events. So in the statement, in place of N, we are going to write R. That is probability of A1 intersection A2 intersection so on up to the AR is equals to the first one P of A1 into P of A2 given A1 into P of A3 given A1 intersection A2 into so on up to the last event here we have considered R values. So P of AR given, so before R how many events will be there? R minus 1 events. So up to A1 intersection A2 intersection so on A R minus 1. So this one you keep it as equation 2. Now what is the next step? Next step is we will put N equals to R plus 1. So now N equals to R plus 1. So same we will be splitting R plus 1 terms up to R terms and R plus 1 term. So before that, here I said we will be doing it for the 3 events also. We did not do the 3 events, right? So before supposing that, let us suppose the theorem is true for N equals to R. So before this step only, you write down the 3 events also. So for N equals to 3. So if N equals to 3 means, you can do directly also just by substituting. Just for your understanding, I am doing N equals to 3 also. That is equals to P of A1 intersection A2 intersection A3, which is equals to, now I am assuming A1 as one term and A2 intersection A3 as the second term. So according to equation 1, what we will get? So first term P of A1 into P of second term is A2 intersection A3 given A1. So this is the second term. Now if you expand this one, we will be getting, so P of A1 into P of, we will be getting A2 given A1. The next event is, next is P of A3 A2 intersection, so on intersection A r plus 1 minus 1. So this one is by using equation 2. So now if you observe, it is similar to this statement, that is the first event P of A1 into second event given the first event, third event given the intersection of the before events, like that. Rth event given r minus 1 events, next r plus 1 event given the before r events. So hence the theorem is true for n equals to r plus 1. Hence the theorem is true for n equals to r plus 1 events. So by mathematical induction, if the theorem is true for n equals to 2 events, n equals to 3 events also we have done, and n equals to r plus 1. So hence it is true for all the values of n. Therefore, by mathematical induction, the theorem is true for all values of n. The theorem is true for all the values of n. So this is the multiplication theorem. So one of the important theorems in the second unit, we have covered the addition theorem, Rolle's inequality, and multiplication theorem. So up to this, these three are very important for the long answers. So practice it well. Now next we'll continue with the next definitions in the probability, that independent events. Now what are the independent events? Now we'll see. Now we'll study about the independent events. So coming to independent events. What does independent means? Which is not dependent on the other values. It is not affected by the other values. That is independent, not affected or not dependent on the other values. So coming to independent events, suppose if you have two events, what is the condition for saying them as the independent events? That means which those events are not depending on each other. So let us take the two events. Let A and B be the two events. Let A and B be two events. Then A and B are said to be independent. A and B are said to be independent if and only if. So what does if and only if means? The vice versa will also be true. So that means if and only if the condition is probability of A intersection B is equals to probability of A into probability of B. So intersection means the common term. So common means nothing but both are independent, means you get P of A into P of B. So this is the condition for the independent of the two events. So the condition is if and only if conditions. So if P of A intersection B is equals to P of A into P of B, right? P of B is the unconditional probability. So the conditional probability of B given A is equals to the unconditional probability of B. Then it is called as those two events are called as the independent events. Now, if you observe here, what is the condition we have? P of A intersection B is equals to P of A into P of B. So here, what is P of B value? P of B given A. So independent, one more independent condition can be given as P of A intersection B equals to P of A into P of B given A. So this is one more condition for the independent of the events, that is P of A into P of B given A. Now similarly, if I write I can say the event A is said to be independent of the event B. So event A independent of event B means A is not depending on the B values. So that means the conditional probability of A given B. So this is the conditional probability of A given B is equals to the unconditional probability of event A, that is P of A. Now similarly, we have P of A intersection B is equals to P of A into P of B. So what is P of A value? We can write it as P of A intersection B is equals to P of B into, what is P of A value? P of A given B. So these are the conditions for the independence of the attribute. So this is the first condition you need to remember. That is P of A intersection B is equals to P of A into P of B. And second one is, if only in terms of the conditional probabilities means, you have to remember P of B given A should be equals to P of B, or P of A given B should be equals to P of A. So by comparing these two conditions, we get the independent of event conditions as P of A intersection B equals to P of A into P of B given A, or P of A intersection B is equals to P of B into P of A given B. So this is the independence of attributes. Now under the independence of attributes, we have different types of independence of attribute, that is pairwise independent and mutually independent also. Now we'll see what is pairwise independent event. So we know what is pair. Pair means how many values we have? 2 values. So remember that one, pair means 2 values. So pairwise independent, it depends on the 2 values independency. So under independent of events, pairwise independent events. So here pair means 2 values. So pairwise independent events means, suppose if you have the n events in our sample space. So suppose there are n events I said, so you can write down A1, A2, so on An. The set of n events, suppose the set of n events. So what are the n events? A1, A2, so on An. The set of n events of the sample space, or the set of n events are said to be pairwise independent, are said to be pairwise independent if every pair of the different events in the set if every pair of different events, every pair of different events in this set are independent. So how can you write the condition for this? Commonly I can write AI and AJ. So that is P of AI intersection AJ is equals to P of AI intersection P of AJ. So we have the condition for independency, right? P of A intersection B means P of A into P of B. Sorry. P of AI into P of AJ. So this is the condition for the independent. So every pair should satisfy this condition. So here always I should not equals to J. For all I not equals to J equals to 1 to so on N. So from 1 to N, any pair of events should satisfy the independence conditions. So this is the definition for the pairwise independence. Now we will see the small example. So in a particular case, of 3 events, what are the 3 events I am considering as A1, A2 and A3. So what are the different pairs we are going to get for this set of events? A1, A2, A1, A3 and A2, A3. So write down these 3 pairs. That is, this condition should be satisfied for 3 pair of events. P of A1 intersection A2 should be equals to P of A1 into P of A2. Similarly, P of A2 intersection A3 should be equals to P of A2 into P of A3. Similarly, what is the next pair? P of A1 intersection A3 should be equals to P of A1 into P of A3. So this is the condition for the independence of the events. That is pairwise independence. So this is the pairwise independent. Now we will discuss next about the mutually independent events. Now coming to the mutually independent events. So this mutually independent events, if suppose the events are A1, A2, so on A. So these n events are said to be mutually independent if the condition is the probability of simultaneous occurrence of any finite number of events. So what they are saying, probability of the simultaneous occurrence. terms or the 4 events also, you will be having the same thing. Similarly, for n terms like this, so on up to the n terms, that is P of A1 intersection A2 intersection so on AN should be equals to P of A1 into P of A2 into so on up to P of AN. So if these all conditions satisfies, then the events are said to be mutually independent events. So mutually independent means it should be pairwise independent, the triplet independent, the quadrant independent, fifth, sixth, how many events you have? Up to that, if all the n conditions satisfies, then they are said to be mutually independent events. So in the next class, we will continue with the problems and the theorems based on the independency and also the conditional probabilities.